Damas y caballeros, this is former WWE superstar and your favorite personal ring announcer, Ricardo Rodriguez, and you are watching Wrestling with Savage! But of course, you already knew that.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing, and I just want to say you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts. Max Caster, your future AEW champion. Fucking man. Yeah.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, proud to you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. Tonight is Wrestling with Savage, episode 77. And we're going to be talking about NXT tonight. Let's get right into it. NXT is coming to you live, of course, from the Performance Center. Nowhere new, nowhere exciting. They're not back on tour yet, like they probably will be in a couple of months after Triple H, the game, gets his hands on full control of storyline and the roster, and bring some people up, send some people down, sign some new people, shake things up. I suspect a few people will be making their runs next year. Braun Breaker, I could see being on the main roster next year. Maybe even sooner. I guess we're going to have to wait and see. But it's coming to you live from the Performance Center. And we're going to open up with the Women's Tag Team Championship. A reminder of last week, the Fatal 4-Way match where Chance and Carter were becoming the new champs. They were just going to show more about what happened last week on NXT with Trick Williams and Hayes. They're cutting promo. As Wesley says, tonight Trick Williams' jaw is going to be glass and I am going to break it. Cora Jade was talking shit about Zoe Stark. And then, of course, Zoe Stark says Mandy can put all the roadblocks she wants up, but she is still taking the title from her. And that's just the way it's going to be. Tony D says Santos cost him 2 titles. What's going to happen when he meets me face-to-face right here tonight? And they have like a shot of a park or something like that. I don't know where they are exactly. They're somewhere. But NXT then kicks off with a match, and right away we're going to get into a match. But first there's a promo, interview, whatever you want to call it, between Nikita Lyons and Zoe Starks. And they're basically just going to be talking about their run that they're going to have. They both say they're like on different tracks on NXT, but we have an advantage over the entire WWE roster because we're unknown, no one knows who we are, and we're going to make a run for this thing. And we're going to become the next WWE Tag Team Women's Champions. And I guess we're going to have to wait and see for that. Now we're going to get the match where Nikita's going to be going into action right away. Obviously that was from earlier today because they go straight live to the ring where it's going to be Kiana James versus Nikita Lyons. And, Kiana and Nikita were just shoving each other, start things off. We got locking up. Lyons with a nice shoulder block. Kiana tries to work on the shoulder of Lyons and ends up getting hit with another shoulder tackle. Now Kiana working on Nikita, whatever you want to call her, left knee, taking her down, nice stomp in the corner, more strikes, really working on Lyons. Both ladies on the outside, Lyons going for the kick, but Kiana dodges and Lyons hurts her knee by kicking the stairs. Good job selling there a little bit. James now has Lyons in the ring, working on her left knee more with submissions and wrenches on the left leg. Lyons was trying to fight back with some thick kicks and a nice German suplex. A kick up, which, no lie, she messed up on. That's just the way it is. Goes for another move in the corner, which was like a flying hip attack, but she completely missed it, and it looked really bad. Now Lyons catches a huge roundhouse kick to make up for this. She gets her famous split drop, and now the 1, 2, 3. Lyons celebrates, but now Kiana attacks Lyons from behind with like some kind of a bag. I guess it's a bag, maybe it has books in it. I don't know. Seems to have knocked Nikita Lyons pretty well. She's selling that she got hurt. I guess we'll have to see what's going to happen with that. I'm going to rate the match a 1.5 because, in all honesty, Nikita, it was very sloppy. All right. Kiana James, you look pretty slick in the ring tonight. So I actually think you came out looking better. But, of course, Nikita has to put you down because she's on the main roster now. So you got to lose. And that's just the way it goes. But overall, it was 1.5 because it was sloppy on Nikita's part. It looked very sloppy. It looked like she hasn't been in the ring working. She couldn't do the kick up. She might have put on a little weight. I don't know. So she needs to get her butt in the gym and make sure she's ready to go on SmackDown because she does not want to be looking like that on her debut match on SmackDown. That's all I'm going to say. Clean that shit up because you want to go to SmackDown or Raw or wherever they're sending. You want to go there correct. Now we're going to get a video of the Creed brothers. Of course, after Lyons wins, here's a shot of her, after her split and her pose, and she's so fucking cool. She's definitely going on the main roster, man, because she's going to sell merch and put butts in seats. Absolutely. Now we're going to get a video of the Creed brothers watching the match with Apollo Crews. Roderick Strong's going to interrupt and say, "What the hell is this?" Creed says, "The better question is, where were you last week?" Strong says, "It was all a test, and you guys passed. You retained without me." "Screw the test," Creed brothers say. "You lied to us. And that's not what we do in the Diamond Mine." Apollo says it was shady. Strong says, "Why the hell are you even here? You can't be here. You're not in the Diamond Mine." Strong says, "How about tonight I beat the piss out of you, and then you can watch that video all night long." I actually like this promo. I'm not going to rate it, but I thought it was a good promo. If I had to rate it, no, you know what? I'm going to stick to my gut. I'm not going to rate it. It was a good promo, though. It's a good promo. After this, we get another promo from Lash Legend, which was... This was terrible. This was a recurring theme all night tonight. I might not even mention the other 2 or 3. Maybe the last one. That was the only one that was actually important. But she was just basically telling Malik, "Let me holler at you. Did you see my match last week with Alba Fire? I look so good as always, blah, blah, blah." This was honestly fucking bad. Now we're going to get on to the next match, which was going to be a rounds match. Official rules were 6 3-minute rounds, 20 seconds, in between each round for a break. Falls count for, either pinfall or submission. 1 fall counts and it ends the round. And then the first superstar to win 2 falls will be declared the winner. In the event of a disqualification or knockout, the match is instantly over. And honestly, I guess it was a different take on a match. NXT rounds match, Wesley versus Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes coming out with him. Both men start this off with boxing gloves in the ring. Trick Williams started catching a few shots. At this point, I thought it was pretty bad. Why are we watching bad boxing? Trick was trying to pretend that he knows what he's doing, dancing around while missing shot after shot. Wesley working on the body now, both men on the floor. Lee trying to go for big shots. Both men now exchanging shots in the middle of the ring. It looks like Lee got Williams on his butt, but Trick was saved by the bell. Seems like the gloves are off for round 2 now, which showed us Wesley taking full control, kicking the absolute shit out of Trick Williams until Hayes gets involved and Trick lands the big scissor kick and gets the first pinfall. He actually did that scissor kick good too. Got the 1, 2, 3, and the round was over in less than 60 seconds. Now, after break, they went through a whole round during the picture-in-picture where it's still 1-0. Round 4 comes up. Trick Williams now has a boxing glove back on his left hand only. Lee now working on Trick with some low kicks to the leg. We get the Irish Whip, reversed by Trick Williams, who's sending Lee slamming off the turnbuckle. This didn't look too good. That's probably the low spot of the match. Just not enough momentum from Trick Williams. Carmelo tried to sell it, but the way Trick threw him into the ring, Trick still has a long way to go. He's still green, and he needs to do everything with momentum and intensity. Like, every single thing he does needs to be intense. There's moments that he has super high intensity, but there's also moments where things are just stale, and he needs to break that habit. If he can break that habit, I can see Trick Williams hopping over the other side of the green grass and maybe start earning some stripes. What do we have here? Now Lee was working on Trick with some low kicks to the leg. Yep, all that happened. Lee ended up getting a nice roll-up, and it's tied 1-1. But Trick Williams with a cheap shot during the break just knocking Lee out. The bell rings, and Lee is barely getting up. Huge clothesline by Trick Williams. Pin, kick out by Lee. Lee with a huge kick to the face, and Trick a back elbow, and now a bulldog. Lee puts the glove back on and knocks Trick out. Gets the 1-2-3 clean win in the middle of the ring. Not a bad match. A couple of botches, a couple of sloppy spots, but still entertaining because it was different. And Carmelo Hayes is, there outside causing a distraction, making it a little more interesting because you weren't sure what was going to happen. And then, of course, you have two guys in the ring that are upcoming stars. Carmelo Hayes is your North American champion, and Trick Williams is impressive at times, but I need to see more consistency from him in order to be really impressed. So I'm going to give it a 2-star overall because I feel like, we have a certified star in there and a future star in there if he keeps up the work and, steps up the intensity during even the most basic of moves, like a body slam or an elbow drop or even a little punch. You need to make it intense, man. Like, please. We get a promo before we get into our next segment, which it's going to roll right into Vinci, which I like. Not bad. We get the video from earlier today. Andre Chase was talking to Thea and Ariana, who apparently Thea caused her to get a black eye by, knocking her off a RV or AV or some shit. Says we settle things in the ring here, and Thea is going to have her first match on NXT. Interesting. We also got an interview and a promo from Carmelo Hayes. The interview basically went like, I issued an open challenge for the North American Championship, and that little punk Nathan Frazier was going to come out here and pull a fast one on me. Nope, he got stepped on. Honestly, I thought the promo was trash. I like Carmelo Hayes, and I think I've seen better days, but this promo I wasn't feeling it. Vinci comes out, he's now in the ring. Vinci goes for the powerbomb, but Carmelo gets out of it. Well, only 2 refs break up these 2 upcoming stars, right? Or are they not stars? I don't know. Why are we only having 2 refs go out there to stop these 2 guys that want to kill each other? Meanwhile, you send 20 guys out for like 2 of your mid-card women's wrestlers to break up their cat fight. Doesn't make sense. Whatever. Now we're going to get a Heat Wave preview next. I don't even know if anybody really cares. I know if Jay was here, he would be pissed off right now. He wouldn't even want to talk about this. He really wouldn't. Because he hates JD McDonough. So shout out to Jay. He's not available today because he is, I believe, in Las Vegas. Hopefully winning a lot of fucking money right now. But whatever. Jay, good luck out there. But the Heatwave preview is next. Braun Breaker and JD McDonough, who says he hears the winds of change coming to NXT very soon. Everyone in NXT 2.0 is going to find out that you never bet against the ace. We get a video of what JD has done to Braun, and Braun's talking about all his speed, power, and aggression. Heatwave is coming up, and the ace, JD McDonough, says at Heatwave, Braun's going to learn once and for all that you just don't bet against the ace. God damn it! I don't know, man. I don't have a pick for that. Obviously, there's a possibility that JD could win though, because JD is a Triple H guy. And I know Triple H wants ratings. Braun could have a good amount of fans right now. You bring him over to NXT, let him do his thing, he wins the belt. Then you bring him up to Raw. That's the plan, right? So, now's a good time. JD McDonough could be your next NXT champion, folks. I guess we're going to have to wait and see. Ay. We're going to get a little segment between Grimes and Solo. Solo was basically, talking to a trainer, and the trainer was telling him that he was going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. Cameron Grimes congrats Solo on his win, and then Grimes says, you have, some work to do, I see, you know. Solo said, "Yay, Grimes, you know what? You actually have the respect of everyone in the locker room." This segment was a little weird. I didn't know what it really meant. I guess, I don't know, since they've been putting Grimes with Gacy lately, now maybe they're going to do something where Gacy's going to go after Solo, maybe. I'm not sure where they're going with all this. There's a lot of crazy little storylines going on ever since Triple H has shown up back on NXT, so this could be interesting down the pike. We'll see what's going to happen with this. We're going to get the match now between Thea Hale versus Ariana Grace. And honestly, this was not bad for Thea's first match. Decent selling throughout. You know, a couple of sloppy spots here and there. Nothing insane, nothing to stop watching for. I thought she was actually pretty impressive for her first match. She did like a nice backflip moonsault. She had some nice shots. Really tried to sell whatever Grace was doing. Grace did it looked like it was going to be a fall away slam, but then instead she threw Thea this way. So it's more like a reverse throwing fall away slam. Picks up the 1, 2, 3. But hey, it is Thea's first match. So I didn't think she was going to get the win either. But I'll actually give it a 2-star. It wasn't that bad like I thought it was going to be. So I'm giving it a 2-star. For her first match, it was impressive, to be honest with you. If you would have told me that was her first match, after the match, I probably wouldn't have believed it. I'm like, yeah, right, she's wrestled before, come on. Because she looked like she knew what she was doing out there. She looks like she has potential. She's feisty. Good debut for Thea right there on Wednesday night. Let's see what the fans have to say in a couple of weeks. By the way, the trainers were telling Solo that he's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks, by the way. If I didn't say that, maybe I'm repeating it. I don't know. We're going to get a match right now, which was definitely the match of the night between Apollo Crews and Roderick Strong. Crews has a vision as he walks to the ring. They're trying to keep all going on with that promo stuff they were doing with him a few weeks ago. Both men start off with some classic lockups and Apollo trying to gain control. But Roderick, the technically gifted Roderick Strong, just working on Crews. Headlock takedown now. Crews with a head scissors counter. Strong counters and a slap. Crews in the back of the head. Just fantastic. The way they were messing with each other. Strong with a nice slap to the back of Cruz's head after a couple of sequences in the ring. Now Cruz with a wrist lock and pays back the favor by slapping Strong around a little bit. Now both men shoving each other in the middle of the ring. More good wrestling. Strong with a wrist lock takedown. Now another lockup. Strong with the hammer lock takedown. Cruz now just fights his way up. He gets a drop kick off on him. Now chops and shots in the corner from Strong. Chops from Apollo. They were chopping each other back and forth. Suplex to Strong, countered by a nice elbow to the spine. And now Strong with his first big backbreaker of the night. Crowd was loving it. They were chanting, break his back. Now some hard chops were exchanged more before Roger connected with another backbreaker. Then a drop kick from Strong to Cruz. Nice high standing drop kick to Cruz, who was jumping off the second rope. Now we get the nice double clothesline on the outside to take us to break. During the break, Strong stays in control, and now Strong with more knees to the midsection. Cruz with 3 huge clotheslines getting pumped up. Now catches the Stinger Splash, the Blockbuster, the cover, and the kick out from Strong. Fans chanting, this is awesome. And I agree, that was definitely the best match of the night, and it was awesome. Cruz now with the string of German suplexes. Moments later, Strong with the precision knees and the beautiful backdrop on the ringside apron. Now Strong throwing Cruz back into the ring. We get a cover and a kick out. Now Strong has the Lion Tamer locked in on Cruz. Apollo fights Strong off, lands a nice power slam. Cruz with a gorilla press slam. Nope. Backbreaker by Strong. Knee by Strong. Countered by Cruz. Sick strength. Cruz had him, picked him up. Did all this crazy shit, landed a huge gut buster. Then we get the enziguri from Strong, huge one-handed spine buster on Strong, and the 1, 2, 3 for Apollo Crews, who goes on to win the match. This was a sick match. This was, in my opinion, a 5. Nope, I can't, because I forgot about the one botch Roderick had, where he had to do kind of like a sunset flip over the top rope, and then he had Apollo in a German suplex-like position while Apollo was holding onto the ropes, and then Roderick slipped off the apron to the ringside. He did hop back up very impressively. But, unfortunately, the match was not perfect because of that. So, it's a 4.5-star match. And that's all I got to say about that. Now we get another promo from Lash Legend. Again, I'm not putting the picture up because it's a waste. She's just running her mouth off, talking more shit to Malik and Blade, who are losing their fucking minds listening to all this shit. Pretty Deadly talking some shit to these guys, which I thought this was a nice touch, actually. Let's bring them up for a second. Pretty Deadly. They're going to come out. You know, I didn't want to put Lash up, but there she is. She's in the middle right there. You know, and it looks like we got a new trio here. It looks like Pretty Deadly and Lash was going for the full annoying tonight, because I've seen her before and she wasn't as annoying as she was tonight. I actually am a fan of Lash Legend. I think she's a good performer. She has a great career, good, beautiful story where she was a college athlete, superstar basketball player. But tonight she's trying to be the annoying heel character, and she fucking pulled it off because she annoyed me, man. I couldn't wait for this shit to end. Pretty Deadly and her, they were talking some shit to these guys, saying they're going to wipe that floor with them. They're having a match apparently later tonight. And we're listening to Lash Legend for an hour, Malik and Blade say. And so we have a lot of pent-up aggression. So, yeah, let's fight, please. Please, let's fight, okay? Can we fight? I want to fight. Now we get a promo. We see Santos telling someone he's almost there while he's driving. Anything goes down, I'll give you and the boys the signal. Now we see the promo, which you see here from Singh, and you see Valentina, and then of course Carter and Chance come out. Singh's trying to inspire them, telling them you guys can just be like, you know, Chance and Carter. Guaranteed that could be you two. And then they come on and say, of course it can be you two. Now that we're the champions, we're gonna be fighting champions, and don't worry, you're gonna earn your shot, and you're gonna get a shot at these titles, ladies. Don't you worry about it. Singh again looking strong in this. Singh is a fucking superstar, but I'd like to see him wrestle a little more. I think they're gonna save him for, you know, something special. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I know he's been on dark matches for SmackDown. We'll see where that leads. And now we're gonna get the Diamond Mine segment again, where you're gonna see Roderick Strong, and he was just bitching to the boys, complaining to them, like basically fucking talking shit, saying what the fuck. I lost that match because you guys didn't want to come out there and help me. Like, why didn't you want to come out there and help me? You know, they're like, what are you talking about, man? Like, shut the hell up. Like, my God, man. Roderick, I feel bad for him because he's one of the most talented guys in NXT. He just put on almost a 5-star match. He's capable of putting on 5-star matches 7 nights a week. He's probably in the prime of his career. I really hope he gets the call up to WWE. I would like to see a series of matches between him and Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, and get me some, please, make Ciampa, something soon. I don't know how they're going to do it now, because you have guys that are on like trailblazing paths right now. Gunther's your IC champion, so who's going to beat Gunther for that, man? Or his name's Gunther. They say Gunther. Gunther. You have Roman Reigns. He has 2 of the belts. So Ciampa, Gargano, Strong, obviously, they're nowhere in sight for one of those titles. Maybe United States run. I don't know. Ciampa almost got the fucking United States title last night, man, and that would have been incredible if that would have happened. I would have loved to see that. But the point is, I want to see Roderick Strong get some more love. He's not getting the love he needs here. I don't think he'll get it if he goes to AEW. Now that Triple H is in charge, now that the Game is running the show, now that the cerebral assassin is running the fucking game, we have a chance to have a quality product here on Tuesdays, on Mondays, and Fridays. And honestly, I can't wait to see that quality product. I want to see good wrestling on TV with quality storylines that make sense and that make you excited for what you're going to see next. And you look forward to it. That's what made the 80s and the 90s and some of the segments from the 2010s and all that, even barely watchable at some points. But the 80s and 90s, for all the crap and trash wrestling that we had and the gobbledygookities and all the marks and the superstars of the independents, that would come and get squashed by guys in 30 seconds. We had all that crap, but at the same time, we had storylines that were so riveting and moving and captivating that we're still talking about them 30 years, 35 years, some cases 50, 60 years later. So obviously, these guys did something right. And now Triple H looks like he's going back to a very old school formula of this. And I can't wait to see where it leads. But let's move on. Let's move on. Are we ready to move on, boys? We get one final sit-down now between Santos and Tony D. Santos says last week it was not personal, it was business. Tony says, you work for me. Don't insult me, jefe, says Tony. I'm the boss. You work for me. Santos says he's heard all this before. Tony, you must know by now this arrangement, it's not going to work. My legacy. Tony D says, yeah. I want you to come back to work. I want you to come back and do your job. Tony D says, Santos, your head, it's shoved up your ass, and you can't see clearly. Santos says, one final match at Heatwave. You beat me, I'm gone. Tony says, fine, but if I beat you, I keep them. If I win, Legado is free, says Santos. Tony D says, fine, but the only way we're doing this is if it's a street fight. I thought we saw the end of Tony D and Santos a while ago, but nope. We're going to have one more match, and that's probably going to turn into 6 more matches. I don't know. Hopefully this is the end. And I'm calling for Tony D to win and send Santos to Monday Night Raw. And let him be like a legit badass and have a good run against somebody. Against somebody, okay? Now we're going to get a match that is whatever. Pretty Deadly versus Malik and Blade. Deadly in control in the beginning, catching nice offense, but then Briggs and Jensen were the UK Tag Team Champions. They come out, they make their way to the ring and cost Pretty Deadly the match? Nope. Instead, we see Inoue now at the top, hits the huge elbow drop. Beautiful looking elbow drop. I'll give it to him. That's a 5-star elbow drop that kid hit tonight. He was sick with it. Prince with a chair. He tries to grab it under the ring. Blade with a nice suicide dive taking him out. Briggs has a chair, but Pretty Deadly takes advantage of the situation and hit their spilt milk and pick up the 1, 2, 3 and get the win tonight, putting them down. Then we get Lash Legend attacking the shit out of Henley for some fucking reason. And then we see all 3 of them, Pretty Deadly and Lash Legend, and they're walking out together. So it looks like we got a new trio, like I said earlier. Cameron Grimes is leaving, and who does he run into? No one other than Joe Gacy, who stops him and says, where are you going, Grimes? Grimes says, I'm going home. Gacy says, to who? And that's it. That promo's over. It's over. We also saw Kane's son during this whole thing. I want to see him wrestle some more. Very interested to see how. I want to know. I got to look him up. How old he is? Is he still growing? Is this kid going to end up being like a giant too? He's pretty big. I don't know exactly how big, but he's pretty big. Then we get an interview with Apollo Crews, and he says, I don't like strong, but I'm stacking win after win after win. And you see Grayson Waller interrupt. He's talking some shit before our main event. And what a main event it was, folks. I needed that little cough. Help me clear it up. Usually we have some people on the show, but not tonight. Tonight, it's solo dolo. And thank you for being here with me on Wrestling with Savage, episode 77, NXT. And we're going to close it out right now with the main event of NXT. Mandy Rose joins the commentary team, since she will be fighting the winner of this match next week on Heatwave. Zoe was out here wrestling Cora Jade, non-stop pin attempts in the beginning, rolling her up. Now Cora has nowhere to go. Zoe Starks just has her reeling to the outside. As soon as she comes back in, she actually takes control of the match with a very right hard hand, and now some stomps on Starks, but wasting too much time bragging. We get a very weak cover and a quick kick out by Zoe Starks. Now, more shots, hard chops, Irish whip by Starks, and a huge elbow. We get the cover and the kick out by Cora Jade. Zoe with a gut wrench takedown and a half-ass perfect plex. With a cover, we get the kick out from Cora Jade. Some kind of senton flippity shit from the top rope. Now Cora Jade had a handful of hair and a knee to the face of Zoe Starks as we go to break. Jade trips up Starks on the ropes, lands a nice elbow to the back of Starks' head. Now Jade in control with a nice headlock. She turned it into a nice neck wrench of some kind. With a full hand of hair, Starks counters into a pin, quick kick out. Now Cora Jade with a weapon. Zoe dodges the attack and connects a nasty looking German fucking suplex. Cora landed real bad. I mean, this shit looked fucking nasty. And when I say nasty, I don't mean it looked bad. It just looked like it hurt. Like, goddamn. Definitely wasn't clean. But it got the job done. And if you were trying to make people think like you want to fuck her up, then damn, man. Message received. Then we get both ladies now in the middle of the ring. Starks now with 4 huge clotheslines in a row. We get 2 more kicks, 2 more shots, an elbow to the back. Then we get a kick to the knee, and now another drop kick. We get a cover and a kick out from Cora Jade. Zoe with another nasty, nasty fucking like almost modified Northern Light suplex, and another bad landing, and a very dangerous looking suplex. We get the nice cover. Kick out from Cora Jade. She's still in it. This shit ain't over yet. Zoe with a stiff super kick after Cora hits a stiff right hand to the jaw. Starks for a receipt for those 2 suplexes. We get the cover and the kick out from Cora Jade with another nice knee and a hammerlock DDT from Cora Jade. That hammerlock DDT was very impressive. We get the cover and the kick out by Starks. Cora then connects with a sliced bread. Gets the cover. We get the kick out from Starks. Now we see Roxanne Perez at ringside. She's holding that same weapon Cora Jade was trying to use earlier, but Zoe didn't let that happen. And now Starks with a super kick and the modified go to sleep and gets the 1-2-3 over Cora Jade in the middle of the ring. And honestly, it was pretty impressive. I was very impressed with Cora Jade tonight. I thought she killed it. I thought she had an excellent performance. I give this match also 4-star. It was a 4-star match. It was exciting, fast, action-paced. You didn't really know who was going to win because they're both kind of over right now. Starks is over because she hasn't been here in a while. She has her own fan base. And Cora Jade because she's been here and she's been killing it. And she has a lot of fucking loyal fans like Jay. And they're out there. And they want more of her. I don't think they all think she's the pillar of NXT. But she is an up-and-coming superstar. That is for sure. And tonight I was genuinely impressed with both ladies. 1 or 2 sloppy spots, but other than that, enough to recover and make it a 4-star match. Very impressive. Next week is going to be Heat Wave. I'm looking forward to it. This is the match I'm looking forward to the most. We get to see the North American Championship on the line. Carmelo Hayes versus Giovanni Vinci. We're also going to see a few other matches like Mandy Rose and Zoe Starks. We're going to get the match between Braun Breaker and JD McDonough. We'll see what's going to happen maybe with Cameron Grimes and Joe Gacy. There's a lot going on in wrestling. Tomorrow night we'll be back for AEW, Quake at the Lake. Tomorrow night you're going to get a new champion in Chris motherfucking Jericho. The GOAT, Le Champion, Sex God, whatever you want to call him. Okay, Y2J, the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla. Whatever you want to call him. Chris Jericho is going to be your new AEW champion. If Tony Khan has any idea what he's doing, he'll do it. I don't give a fuck if Jon Moxley wins that shit back on Rampage 1 hour later. Like, I'm okay with that. But you gotta shake things up on Dynamite. We need that belt to just change hands right now like fucking craziness. Like, just get it popping right now. Also, on September 3rd, Clash at the Castle is going to be live. It's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And I will be doing a live play-by-play for it. That should be fun. We're going to see Roman Reigns get the win easily because now we all know Drew McIntyre ain't going to win because Karrion Kross is here to make sure that doesn't happen. Also, at Clash at the Castle, you're going to see a lot of other wrestlers in action. Should get Seth Rollins versus Riddle. You'll probably get a match with Theory. Hopefully we see Theory back on TV either on Friday or Monday. But, shout out to Austin Theory and his family and what they're going through, and hopefully everything's well. Shout out to my boy George, who got married this weekend. Him and Emily are on vacation right now for their honeymoon. Have a great time, and everybody that's watching, thank you so fucking much. Big shout out to Dave and Jay, and of course Gilch. Thank you so much for giving us this intro, which you're all about to see. And have a good night, ladies and
This is
gentlemen.
former WWE superstar and your favorite personal ring announcer, Ricardo Rodriguez, and you are watching Wrestling with Savage. But of course, you already knew that.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing, and I just want to say you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Max Caster, your future AEW champion. Fucking man.
Yeah.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, proud to you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.